This is the tea for today. Oh, it's about to go down today.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, ThatBarbDre, where we do reviews and opinion pieces on Nicki Minaj, pop culture, and world events. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on post notifications and enjoy the video. So I wanted to start off with an introduction. Tonight on Twitter, Nicki Minaj was going off on a YouTuber by the name of the King of Reads. And then I was just really wondering what was going on, and I wasn't too sure that something was really going on, and I thought it was just a one-off, but it was actually some drama going on. So Nicki was responding to the King of Reads, but it wasn't directly to him. He had foolishly spoke on Nicki Minaj headlining Rolling Loud and diminishing that accomplishment, but she was actually the first female artist to headline a festival like that, Rolling Loud in particular. Here's what was said.
Nicki Minaj, yes, she is headlining, Rolling Loud this end of this month in New York. But somebody to be as high as she is, you're headlining? Like you're headlining, that's the best you can do, is headline?
I'm nodding like I understand, but I'm not so sure I do.
Someone posted a video of him, and they posted it on Twitter with the caption saying, "That made sense to him when he said it out loud, LMAO." And Nicki replied saying, "Give this dud all, and I mean all, his lashings, meow." She continues the frontal assault by quote tweeting her Barbz saying, like, "Imagine being ugly, dumb, and a jealous dud all at the same damn time. A grown-ass man, LOL. Imagine screwing up your dud face at someone making over $1 million for 60 minutes of their life. Haters really be having to convince themselves, child. Poor them." And then she continues with, "It's his ugly face while he said it to y'all too, LMAO. Like, he was really so unserious." I'm honestly so glad she came for him because it's not one little thing. He always running his big ass motherfucking mouth on YouTube about her when he claims she was, she this, she that, and all he do is run his mouth about what the fuck she doing, what the fuck the petty's got going on, because obviously they fucking popping. Like, to continue actually the video, because it was cut off, this is the rest of what he was saying in that video that Nicki replied to, and I'm sure she didn't even see it, but it was a recent upload.
That's the best you can do, is headline. Like, you should be selling out tours, but we all know you can't do that.
Hey, Juice! Oh, yeah, I like this shit.
We all know that. That's the real shade. And she been throwing shots at Megan, talking about Megan's album sales and lack thereof or whatever. It's like, Megan don't be saying anything. When you go to Megan's stuff, Megan's not liking no shady tweets about Nicki. Yes, Megan just did it.
All of the tweets that Nicki posted were deleted, and this is one of the last ones that she posted. "Bitch can't worry about his partners and his health because he worry about me headlining. Sir, be for real. The atrocities, lashings, perfect example of people who come on this shit, tearing people down every day, are just miserable." Later on in this video, and there will be chapters, you will see where he speaks on his feelings about sharing his HIV positive status with his partners. And it's just so egregiously disgusting, and it really opens up the conversation of gay black men and their unorthodox take on black women, especially Nicki Minaj in particular, and taking it on as basically a personality trait to hate her and go against her when it's just literally coming off as insane and weird. It's like most of the things that they say don't make sense, and they know that the general public and people that don't know and don't care will literally just eat up anything and everything that they say and go along with it and retweet it and, you know, keep up with the lies. And it's just very disgusting how he was one of the people to be very gung-ho on in terms of the Jennifer Hough case and trying to really pin down the fact that there was really abuse and harassment in the Nicki Minaj versus Jennifer Hough and Kenneth Petty case. And it really didn't even make sense because he must not have really looked into the research, because he was claiming that he believed everything that she said, yet she kept changing up her story and he didn't acknowledge that. But I didn't want to give him too much clout to not a fucking view, so I wasn't going to look too far into everything that he said in all of his videos because he's not getting a view off of me.
Jennifer has done way more work than she was supposed to get the protection that she needs and get the support that she needs. And I believe everything that that woman has said to the fullest.
But I did want to show the girls a few reasons as to why I feel as though he needs to be ostracized. And I don't mean doxing, and I don't mean sending death threats, because that's obviously what these punk ass pussy bitches always complaining about and making it seem like that's what everyone out here in the Barb community is out here doing. No, bitch, we can get in your ass in a lot of different ways, and trust me, you don't really want us to, so I suggest you sit there and eat your motherfucking food. Because we can really get into that sloppy body, or we can get into that yuck mouth, or we can get into that large ass forehead where your hairline is in hell. First, we're going to begin with the transphobia.
Who he thinks
is a transgender. Okay, Rod just sent him, it, she, dog, cat, it, Dr. Seuss. Just sent this thing pictures of him and
Disgusting, right? Now let's move on to his opinion on whether or not he should disclose his HIV positive status to his sexual partners or anyone else he's engaging with.
Posted a screenshot of someone, saying that it's my obligation, it is my duty as an HIV positive man to disclose my HIV status. It is not my job to disclose my HIV status to anybody, even sexual partners. It is both people's job to talk about their sexual health, okay? You cannot put it on the person who is living with HIV to be the one to say, well, girl, I'm living with HIV, I'm on my stuff, and then you don't tell me anything and come to find out you ain't been. So you cannot put the entire sexual health responsibility on one person. You cannot make me be responsible for your sexual health, and I can't make you be responsible for my health. Okay? If we both come into a consensual relationship and we both don't discuss our sexual health, then that's on us. But you're not going to make me take responsibility because I'm the person that is HIV positive and living with HIV. I have to take responsibility for everything. And not to mention, you might have some stuff going on and you have not been tested, and you don't know because you're not getting tested regularly. You don't know what's going on with your body.
Okay, homie. You being HIV positive, and you know you're HIV positive, and you don't disclose that to the other person, and the other person is HIV positive because of the result of that. Well, that's a crime.
So you won't be riding no horses, but you can ride your sissy cauliflower colored ass down to the free clinic to get some penicillin shots, bitch. You came with your ass out, wasn't nobody still didn't want to touch your sick ass, cause your pussy is coughing, sneezing, and leaking, bitch. Katrina Sour Pussy Harbor. You need to shove a Hall's cough drop up your ass. Your eyes are sticking in the back of your goddamn skull, just like sourpuss. Your asshole spread open like the Grand Canyon from being a Truvada-less glowworm cum dump. You and sourpuss sharing a double-sided dildo of diseases and desperation, and then nothing is working. Nobody wants either of you or them. Child, get your shit together. Go and get that throat and that loose asshole swab so you can finally have several seats without itching and a burning sensation in your pants, bitch. When it comes to roasting the queen, please come correct. And sourpuss, if you want to come for a real roaster, wash your cum-filled face first, bitch. You a nigga. Remember that. Gag order, you out of order.
As you can see from the video, he clearly doesn't make sense in a lot of the statements that he makes on the internet, and it's just really sad as a grown-ass man at that big age, that large age. It doesn't really add up as to how unintelligent. It's just like he's walking down the evolutionary tract. Like that shit is just not really working out. Nothing that he says makes sense, but you can see in his face that he definitely believes it.
But for Megan Thee Stallion not to be out here, getting on Twitter, taking shots, liking tweets and stuff, and we've seen this. Like, Nicki Minaj is the center of all of these beefs with Remy, with Cardi B, with all these folks. Like, it's always somewhere in the universe she is surrounded by it. And I just like, girl, I don't get it. Like, I just really don't get it. And I hope one day, I feel like maybe in my spirit, one day she might wake up and not choose, not violence, but choose herself. And I don't feel like she's done that. I have no idea, like, for her to be just so worried about what teenagers are saying about her, like these kids online are saying about her, it's really sad. Like, there are so many Nicki Minaj stan pages on Twitter. It's really sad, to be honest. It's so many. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, what is this? Like, what is it? But this is these folks' full-time job, like, to sit up here and be a follower of this woman who's never, they've never met in person and all that other stuff. It's really disgusting, and girl.
And then here's something that I found where he specifically spoke on Nicki and JT's interaction.
Way, way too talented for this, and it's no shade. Let's talk about it. With Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj, some of the girls will call it Sagittarius behavior. I just call it Nicki behavior. Like, she has a long track record of doing stuff like this with other girls she's done songs with. Like, they get on Instagram Live, they grovel, they do all this other stuff. And I saw people talking about JT and I was like, oh girl, what is this? So I watched it and I was like, JT, I was cringing. In this video, you see Nicki telling JT, like, no, go ahead, girl. Like, go ahead. Like, you know, rap it like you was doing, like, do what you were doing. When I saw that, I cringed. I cringed. It reminded me of somebody in a position of power or authority catching me doing something and giving me a lashing for doing it. That's why I cringed. That's why I felt like somebody like my mama was saying, no, do the stuff that you was doing in there, talk like you was doing, like a teacher or something. That's what I didn't get, that both people had the same amount of power, like the same amount of authority. I didn't get that from that clip. Call it hate, call it we misperceived it or whatever. We didn't watch the whole thing because that's some people's excuse. A lot of girls came to this, what's the name? But it was also a lot of people who, you know, was on the live who enjoyed it and thought no evidence. So I'm confused. If we see a lot of people enjoyed the live stream, a lot of people were, you know, feeling it and all that, why are we worried about the couple of hundred or 1,000 folks who was like, I'm not sure how to feel about that, da da da? Because there was some truth to it, which is why JT responded to my tweet. That's all. I said, JT, stand up. That's it. Baby, JT responded and she said, stand down, back up, be a man, put your phone down, stop letting clips make you mad. I don't give a F how you feel. I did not at her. I don't at celebrities unless I really need to say something.
That was very redundant because he clearly typed JT, so regardless if he added her or not, she would be able to find him talking about her because he added her by putting her name and not just the at button. You know, adding someone is a metaphor, a figure of speech, because, you know, understanding the process and what it means, you can wrap your brain around it being a metaphor for something else. Like, I don't have to tag your account for you to know that I'm talking about you. But anyways, so back to when he was talking about JT being on live with Nicki and saying that it's such a problem when all she was doing was being a fangirl of someone that she is a fan of. And then, for being excited about the song. And then she was going on live with Nicki, and then Nicki, you know, made her recite. Well, didn't make her, because if JT didn't want to fucking do it, she didn't have to fucking do it. She's a grown-ass woman. And it was on, Nicki was on JT's live, not JT was on Nicki's live, so she didn't have to do shit. So when Nicki asked her to be just as brave as she was sitting in the back of that motherfucking Jeep to recite that motherfucking diss track that bitch decided to write, read, and memorize, she could recite that shit in her motherfucking face, and we can let bygones be bygones if you so motherfucking gutter. As unethical as it may be, this is exactly why I think that the Barbz should continue to eat him the fuck up and give him exactly what he was expecting and looking for. Because clearly he likes a response. He searches for one and elicits one by, you know, talking about these artists online as a blogger, and because they know that they get responded to, like DJ Academics or Tasha K or really any other blog that any celebrity feels like responding to because they have an audience. And when these are popular channels that are getting retweets and stuff like that, they are pushed to the front of the algorithm, and these celebrities are more likely to see them. So it's not that they are obsessed and looking for things that are being said about them, it's that they might just so happen to see you talking shit and then address you. But don't make yourself out to be a victim when you're just out here talking shit and just pumping it out as your content. Alright, that's all the time that we have today. I love you and you love me. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this video, and please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to turn on post notifications so you do not miss a video that we post, and have an amazing day.
So what's your sentence for her?
Electric chair.
I ain't the one to gossip, so y'all ain't heard it from me.
With a couple of bucks, I was looking for the man with the big red truck. Started walking down the road, no bus. Then I heard the sound of the big red truck. Hey, how you doing, little mama out here? Stop, cause I seen nobody in the camp. Back in the truck, then it put the stamp. Oh shit, fucked. You wanna get back in the truck, him no dust. Big true pull over, act all up. Pulled in the scene like I don't give a fuck. Yes, that, ow. Yes, give me one, press out. Give me two, tick out. Give me act up, don't stop that, walk like that. a dick to the whole